Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Can y'all hear me? If y'all can hear me, throw your thumbs up. I see you, Charmaine. I see you, Patricia. Hey, let us know. I'm your host, Pete Vargas. I'm excited to be with you today. Let us know in the chat where you are chiming in. Germany, I want to see it all. UK, Spain, the UK, Colorado, Netherlands. I can't, there's thousands and thousands of people live right now. Portugal, Puerto Rico, London, Thailand, Texas, Italy, Poland, Slovenia, Belgium, Sweden. It's all over. Plano, Texas, Mississippi, Arkansas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I can see all of our VIPs here with us right now. Welcome, VIPs. I can see all of you. We've got thousands of people in. We have thousands of people that will be in our VIP today. So, welcome to all across the world. All across the world. Today's training, I believe, is one of the very first times that Eric is taking this type of training to the general public. The only place that he's done it is in his private mastermind, his $30,000 mastermind. And the people in that $30,000 mastermind, I got to fly with them on Eric's plane to Cabo a few weeks ago. And the consistency in the story was 90-day run changed my life. 90-day run changed my life. It changed my business. It's when I got serious. It's when my team duplicated. It's when I went from crawling to flying. It's when I went from like an amateur to a pro. And I said, Eric, we have got to do a training on this. And you have got to make this available to the masses. You've got to make this available to the masses. And he said, let's do it. So I'm going to ask you a question. What are you excited about? And team, if they don't write the answer to this, because Eric's going to see all of this, what are you excited about, or what's your intention for this training today? Because we want this hour to be a very valuable hour to you. What is your intention? What are you excited about? I want Eric to see that. Let's boot out the people who don't write something. Let's boot them out. I'm a tough host. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, to scale up, I need a 90-day run. Growth. Yeah, look at that. I love that. Exponential growth. Momentum. Growth. Yeah, how many people believe that the next 90 days to 120 days can be the best time that you've ever had? I think you're going to look back today and say that hour did it all for me, and we're going to stick to an hour. We're going to stick to an hour, and we don't know if we're sending this out. So I'm glad you're here live with us today, because we haven't made a decision of if we're going to send this out. So you're going to want to stay with us the whole time. I am your host. Welcome to everybody across the world. I hope that you will take that intention very serious. I want to make sure. And Rach, if you can text me, you can see my screen, correct? And just let me know. So, because I can't see everybody. Hey, Charmaine, can you see the handsome Eric Worre on the screen? Yes, you can. Brandon, I see you. There's my man, Brandon. So thank you. So listen, today is all about the 90-day run. Eric Worre is the one that's revolutionized the 90-day run. And as of this year, I am one of the partners with both Eric and Marina Worre, and I'm so honored to be partnered with them, not just in business, but partnered in friendship. Like, I believe they're going to become some of the best friends that I have in my life, and I already have a solid relationship with them. And so my job today is to be your host, to be your host. And so I'm going to be the host. I'm going to help kind of run this thing. I've told Eric, let's make sure we get everything out. And I want to encourage you not only to stay until the end, because anybody who's here till the very end live, you're going to get Eric's 10 steps to unstoppable confidence. But I also want our VIPs to stick around. VIPs, make sure that you're tracking your questions. We're going to be having you write your questions in the chat. We might be bringing a few of you up as well live. If there is a question that we feel serves a lot of people, we might bring you up live. And then most of the questions will be done in the chat in our VIP room. So make sure you can actually start putting those in, I think, in the Q&A side of the VIP room, and we'll be answering and tackling those. I believe there's a way to submit a question. So if there's something that you have that's burning, you're going to get the great Eric Worre to be able to do that today. And so I'm excited about it. It's going to be a good day. By the way, everybody stay around. You can hear the answers to the questions, but the only people that get to ask the questions, they said, hey, we're going to invest $9 to be able to ask questions. And actually, we're going to make sure that Eric answers as many questions kind of in the 30 or 45 minutes at the end of this training that he possibly can. And I'm going to keep him answering those questions. So this is what Eric and Marina believe. They believe a 90-day run can change your life. This guy, I call him the godfather of network marketing. He's helped create countless amounts of 6- and 7-figure earners. In the chat, my question to you is, if today you are a 6-figure or 7-figure earner today, like that's what you did last year, I want you to write last year 6 figures or last year 7 figures. If that is you today, I want to know that. Like, if that's what you did last year, write that in the chat. Please write that in the chat. We want to know who's doing that, both in our general admission rooms and in our VIP room. But if you're like, this is my year, this year, remember, I just asked for last year, but if you're committed to one of those and having the godfather of network marketing help you, I want you to make a commitment and say, this year, I'm committed to, you fill in the blank. I'm not going to fill in the blank for you. Marco, you fill in the blank. Charmaine, you fill in the blank. This is what I love. Eric and Marina are known as the upline to the entire network marketing profession. They're not pro a company, they're pro the industry. Ooh, y'all catch that? So your company knows, yeah, Marco's clapping for that. Your company knows what your company knows. They know what all the companies know because they're serving all of the companies in all of the industries. If you wrap your mind around that, you couldn't be in a better place today. And he's trained a lot of people, but not in the way that we're talking about today. Today is an exciting day for him, for us, and it's going to be a very exciting day for you as well. And so now it's your turn. It's your turn to allow this 90-day run, this 90-day concept to be able to have an impact on your life, just like it has some of these leaders. This is Ilian, this is Sandro, this is Leah. They all talk about how Eric's methodology of the 90-day run changed their life. And today, we get the chance for it to change your life. And so I'm going to ask you guys to do something in VIP. I'm going to ask you guys to do something in the general admission. I'm going to ask you to welcome here in just about 15 seconds the godfather of network marketing, the guy who wants to be the upline to the industry. I want him to feel the love in the chat, but I also want him to feel the love with your body and your energy. Guys, would y'all welcome to the stage my friend and partner, Mr. Eric Worre?
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Thanks, Pete. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
How's everybody doing? Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
We got so many people on in the VIP group. It's fantastic. I'm here in Dubai. It's a little bit after 10 p.m. Dubai time. So that's why I've got lights on, different types of stuff sitting in my hotel room, figuring out, because I didn't want to pre-record this. I wanted it to be live so we can have some interaction and talk about how 90 days can change your life. It's what happened to me, and it can happen to you. Okay? Here's what I want to do. I want to break down for you and just give you the inception of how this happened for me. I've been around the network marketing profession for 38 years now. So as a distributor, I started 38 years ago. And I've been working in Network Marketing Pro, trying to serve the entire profession since 2009. So for the last 17 years. But 38 years ago, I got started and I struggled. I really struggled. I went full-time very quickly because I saw what was possible in network marketing and I wanted what I saw other people have. But and I'd love to tell you that I cracked the code and I figured it out and I enjoyed all this duplication. What's true is for my first 3 years, 3.5 years, really, I didn't have duplication. I had addition and subtraction. I would add people. It was all on me. I would add people. I'd lose people. I'd add people again. I'd lose people again, over and over and over again. And I can't tell you how hard I felt like I was working without having a breakthrough. Not a real breakthrough. I watch these people go across stage making all this money, having these huge, huge teams in their organization. It wasn't me. And I found myself 1992. This is after being involved for 3.5 years. It was September. Actually, it was August. And I was involved with a company that was pretty small. It was doing like $1 million a month in sales. It wasn't a huge player in the space, but I believed in the company. And I remember sitting down with, a friend slash mentor, a friender. You have any of those? And I asked him, I said, you know what? Have you ever gone all in? Like all in, 100% effort? Not 99, 100. He said, no, I don't think I have really. He said, I don't think I have either. What do you say? We pick September 1st and let's just go all in with everything we have. He said, yeah, let's do it. Okay. So he was a cross line for me. He wasn't part of my team, but we got inspired. Okay. And let me tell you what all in looked like for me. I decided I was going to work 8 a.m. to midnight every day. 16 hours a day, really, and no kidding. I was going to get up and I was going to start at 8 a.m. and I was going to finish at midnight. I'll talk to one coast or one time zone in the morning. I'll talk to another time zone in the evening. And that was my one commitment. My second commitment, only income producing activity. That was all I was allowed to do. No planning, no training, no learning, just doing. Only learning from doing, not study, not practice, nothing. I was literally going to be either, and I figured out in my mind what was income producing activity. Finding prospects, talking to prospects, inviting prospects, presenting to prospects, following up with prospects, answering questions, overcoming objections with prospects, helping people make a decision to become a customer or distributor, onboarding a new person, launching them, getting them started, talking to their prospects, inviting people to events, right? Back then it was just in-person events. There's no such thing as what we have now, what we're experiencing right now with all the different people around the world. So that was all I was going to, and I want you to think about, if you ever really did that, 16 hours a day, how many conversations do you think you could have? No social media, just phone or in person. I did presentations, in-person presentations, 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 7 p.m., whether they were one person or 6 people or 15 people in my local market. We had this phrase, this friend of mine and myself, and the phrase was, whoever talks to the most people wins. And it was literally like a race. Forget about the results. Whoever talks to the most people wins. So, first of all, After 3 days of doing this, I realized nobody works this hard. I mean, I never had in my life. I thought I worked hard. Nobody is there at 8 a.m. and still there at midnight and does it another day. Nobody, period. Doesn't happen. But I was talking to a couple hundred people a day, every day. And I was building a team, building a team, building a team, building a team. In that first month, I recruited about 30 people. And then think about this. If you really went all in and you talked to 200-300 people a day, you'd expect to be able to recruit one, right? Out of a couple hundred. Mostly what I had to do was find people to talk to. You know, it was my people, and it was their people's people, and it was their friends' friends. And I mean, so that was, I called the phone book. Really. I went to the mall and met every single employee in the mall. Like once a week. Every single one. Just went and shook their hand, said hi. I'd like to stay in touch. I got a really cool opportunity. You look sharp. I got to go. Just to find people to talk to. It was relentless, all in, right? So I recruited about 30 people, frontline to me, in the first month. And those 30 recruited on average about 4 each. So all of a sudden I have 150 people on my team. And I was super frustrated because 150 people, you do this for 30 days and just wonder. 150 people does not feel like a lot when you work this hard. 7 days a week, didn't take a day off. Okay. Second month, it turned into like 300 and some, more than I'd ever had in my life. Still did not feel like I had success. Third month, I had like 450 people or so on my team. And something I got to tell you happened during this 90 days. The company experienced all this radical growth, and they were back ordered on their product for all of my 90-day run. They had no supply. We shocked the system with so much productivity that they didn't have product to ship. So there was tons of people in the company that says, you know what? I'm not going to recruit anybody because we don't even have any product. And we were like, no, hurry up. Here's our little mantra. It's like, here, everybody gets one. You get one product to show people that it exists, it's real. Here, look, you can see it, but you can't have it. If you sign up, then we'll find a way to get you one. Just so you can show it to people as an example. That was all we would do, right? So imagine being back ordered for your entire 90-day run. But here's what happened. The company went from $1 million a month to $14 million a month in December. They did $1 million in September, $14 million in December. Hockey stick, straight up. Guess what? Most of it was because me and this other guy decided we were going to run. Now, my first 3 years, my first year I made like 45,000. My second year I made like 80,000 or so. No freedom at all. I had a pin, but I was not free. My third year I made like 105. Okay. 1992, I made about 105, something like that. Guess what I made in 1993, the next calendar year? $980,000 in 1993. All of it happened from 90 days of pain. I realized you can do anything for 90 days. And especially if the payoff is there. I trusted the payoff was there. I'm here to tell you it's there if you'll do something like this. And there's ways to do it. I'm going to talk to you about that. But, and that began a career for me of I was $1 million a year guy. I became somebody in that. in 1994, early 1994, I did my first big talk. You can find it on YouTube. If you look up Eric Worre, A Call to Action, I did this little 14-minute speech as gosh, it was 1994, 30 years old. I'm 30 years old in front of 14,000 people, good chunk of them mine. I went from nobody, invisible guy, to a player because I did for 90 days what other people would not do. Now, guess how many times I wanted to quit during those 90 days? About every 3 days, I wanted to quit. Once a week, for sure. This is not worth it. My voice is worn out. Nobody's around. My team is not working like I'm working. I'm the only guy doing anything. I'm getting on airplanes to go have meetings for 3 people. I'm spending money I don't have on the future, chasing, because whoever talks to the most people wins. I'll never forget, me and the other guy that made this decision we're going to do this happened to be in New York on the same night. So I decided I was going to go see his meeting because my meeting finished. So I went across town to his hotel. You know what? I went to a meeting. There was a meeting room that held like 100 people. And this guy, who was my idol, he was doing a presentation for one person. And I was so inspired by that. Here's this guy, my hero, doing a presentation for one person. And that one person, he kept going back. That person turned into one of his super strong lines. So let me tell you why the 90-day run works. Having done that one, I'm going to tell you some other stories. Here's why. I learned that in network marketing, slow and steady does not win the race. Slow and steady will starve you to death. Inch by inch, it's a cinch. Sorry. Not true. You can't get any velocity, momentum, excitement, acceleration. You can't get the ball rolling, just crawling through your network marketing experience. You can't do it. You need to run and then rest instead of just crawl forever. Baby steps forever. You know, I heard people say, well, you can't beat a person that doesn't quit. Yes, you can. How many people do you know that haven't quit and have not experienced one breakthrough? Tons. Tons. That was me. I found out that you have to not quit, of course. You have to get better every day. But if you're stuck, guess what you need? A burst of intensity, of doing something so uncomfortable that you blast to another level. I decided that I was going to do what, and I'm an introverted person, I was going to do what other people would not do for 90 straight days. And I was not going to look at the results. I was doing the work. I was embracing the pain. I was going to do what unsuccessful people were not willing to do. And trusting it was going to show up. And it did. It did. So, slow and steady doesn't win the race. The 90-day run is more effective than any other form I know to build an empire. Because you don't have to do it. I mean, confession for you. I didn't love recruiting. I never had. I'd never loved recruiting. I loved the support part of things, but I never loved the recruiting part. So part of this 90-day run was a coping mechanism. I was going to put the recruiting clothes on for 90 days, and I wasn't going to take them off. And that's all I was going to do, was build a team, 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 build a team. Again, until I couldn't talk. I had to get 2 phones because I couldn't keep a charge on one of them long enough because all I did was talk to people all day, every day. It's more effective because here's what happens. That velocity in that period of time, I could get the pain over with instead of having to experience it every day for the year. I could get it over with in 90 days. And then I could support that team for the next 9 months. I could do what I loved for 9 months if I did what I didn't love for 90 days. You hear me? So it's more effective. I promise you. I don't understand those people that just go recruit somebody every day. That just sounds like torture to me. Every day? No. I want to get it over with. Rip the Band-Aid off. Get the team in place. And let's go to work on helping them. See, the key to this whole thing, I want you to understand, is if you take an airplane, right? An airplane's sitting on the runway. And you're the pilot. And you're in the pilot's seat. And you say, okay, I want to make progress. And let's say you only have to fly 500 miles. Okay? And you're a part-time pilot. And you give it 10% throttle, like most of you have in your network marketing business. 10%. Are you going to make progress? Sure. You'll move. You'll move. Hey, we're moving. We're moving. Are you going to get off the ground? Never. Never, ever. If you give it 20%, 30%, 40%, never, ever, ever, you're not getting off the ground. To get off the ground, you got to give it all you got to get some altitude, some velocity. Then you can level off. See what I'm saying? All in to get altitude. Then chill. Work with your team. Then fasten seatbelt signs turned off. Then we can serve the meal. Then go to the bathroom if you need to. Then read a book. Feel whatever you need to do. Autopilot for a while. No problem. This fit my love language. Are you kidding me? Bust my ass for 90 days and then take 9 months and work with that team? I'm excited about that. I got a white slide. What's the white slide doing? Okay, cool. So let me tell you a few more stories, okay? I'm in Chicago, Illinois. So I became a player. I go to Chicago, Illinois, and there's this guy. He drove from Boston to Chicago. And me and the other guy, his name was Jeff, that did this 90-day run with me. We're both players. I made 980,000. Guess what he made? 2.2 million in 1993. So, hey, I'm okay. Good for him. He was better than I was. Fair. Even though he's doing meetings for one person. This guy from Boston, Art, drove all the way from Boston to Chicago. And he tapped us on the shoulder, me and Jeff. We're sitting in the lounge. He said, I'll do anything. What do I got to do? I need to change my life. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And we said to him, the only thing stopping you from being a millionaire is putting 1,000 people in a room 90 days from now. I said, what? Yep. He said, how would I do that? And we sat in that lounge and we mapped out a plan to have him do a 90-day run and end it with 1,000 people in the room back in Boston. And he left there on fire, went home, 1 week later, quit. Jeff flew up to Boston, talked him back into it, and off he ran. And guess what happened 90 days later? He did a 90-day run just like we did. He didn't have 1,000 people, but he had 600. From zero, he had 600. To date, Art has made about $80 million as a distributor. And he was broke sitting in that lounge in Chicago from the beginnings, 190-day run. And then he went and did the rest in order to be able to continue to do it every once in a while. In my field history, I didn't do even one a year. I did probably 7 or 8, maybe, over the course of my entire career in order to make huge amounts of money. If you do one a year, you can be an absolute legend. 2005, I had financial Armageddon happen. I had a lot of money, about $10 million in net worth. I figured out a way to lose that and $1 million a year income in the early 2000s. And it was awful. But guess what I knew how to do? A 90-day run. So I did it again. And picked a company. I had gone out of network marketing for a minute to try and create a personal development satellite television network, like Discovery Channel for personal development, and it didn't work. So I took a huge investment, about $10 million we invested in that project, didn't work out. It's like sad, but I limped out of there and I did a 90-day run and created with that. Oh my gosh, it was so fast. It was faster because I had more experience. But in my first 5 years there, $7 million, first 5 years from a standing start, having nothing but enthusiasm. I did a workshop called Insanity Boot Camp where I taught this concept. And I've taught now, gosh, a lot of high-end people as Pete talked. A lot of people that are in our high-level mastermind. We have a mastermind where you have to be making at least $250,000 to be eligible to be in that mastermind. They pay $30,000 a year. I teach them how to do this for themselves and how to do it with their teams. I had a young guy come up to me. His name is Danian. He said, I got to tell you my story. And he said, I couldn't wait. I just decided I was going to start. And in 90 days, I went from, I think he said 4,000 to 6,000 a month, something like that, between 4,000 and 6,000 a month, to 94,000 a month by the time the 90-day run was over. That was his story. I'll tell you another one, and then I'm going to get into some structure on it, okay? I want you to feel that this might be possible for you. There's a gentleman in our mastermind. His name is Sandro. And Sandro joined network marketing 5 years ago. Okay? He's relatively new to the space. But he's a player. He's a businessman. And he saw this 90-day run concept. He's like, okay, I can work with this. And he's about to start, I think, his 7th 90-day run. And he's done these runs with his entire team. He's going to start the next one on March 1st, the 7th one. He's gone from 0 to about, you're going to have a hard time believing this, to about $700,000 a month. 6 90-day runs with his team, following this precise process, this exact structure. Because, as you can imagine, I learned a lot from doing this. And my purpose in hosting this event today is for you to say, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to pick a 90-day period of time, and I'm going to do it. And listen, whether you decide to do 16 hours a day, you decide to do 12 hours a day, you decide to do 8 hours a day, you decide to do a little more than you were going to do, whatever it is, you're going to do it with more intensity. Okay, I don't know what your situation is, and don't think it's one size fits all. It's all you got. And what you have might be different from somebody else. You might have some constraints. I get it. That's not a problem. but I want you to pick a 90-day period of time and say, I'm going to change my life. It's going to happen. Okay. So let me give you some of the structure. There is a structure to this. Okay. And if you want to take some notes, one, I want you to make the decision, you know what, I'm doing it. And two, I can't give you a full training in 1 hour of exactly what to do, but I can give you some structure. Okay. It will give you the ability to get a full training if you'd like to. Listen, before even knowing exactly how you'll figure this out, forget about the how. Put a 90 in the chat if you're committing that you're going to do it at some point this year, this calendar year. You're going to do it. Even if it scares you, even if it makes you nervous, even if you don't know how, make that commitment. You deserve it. Okay? Let me tell you what I learned about the structure. There's some different steps. Step one is making a decision, which I just asked you to do. Decide you're going to do it. Decide you're not going to let somebody talk you out of it. Decide that you are not going to let somebody distract you. You're not going to let your little to-do list get in the way. You're not going to let your limiting beliefs own you. You're not going to let your fears take charge. You can do anything for 90 days. You're going to do something for 90 days. So make the decision, number one. Number two, preparation. This is vital. Please do not make the mistake of just saying, I'm doing it and start tomorrow. I'm just telling you from experience, you need to properly prepare. And what does that mean? Preparation. Pick a date. Find prospects, people that you're going to call so you don't have to worry about doing it once your launch starts. Get rid of all the distractions in your life. Clear the decks. Negotiate with your family and your loved ones and people that you care about. Get rid of any distraction that might show up in your life, right? Make sure you got enough product. Make sure you got the tools. Make sure you got the energy, all of it. Prepare properly. Doing this right. Preparation's it's approaching 30 days if you're going to do it right. Okay? Don't charge out there. You can really damage relationships if you don't negotiate with your family before you do something like this. You could damage your job. You can damage all kinds of stuff. You don't want to create that resentment. So prepare. Step 3 is pre-launch. I did this naturally myself, but I didn't realize how structured and important it was. Here's what I mean by pre-launch. The Whisper campaign. In the month of August, before I did that first one, I prepared. I got all the kits ready and I got the products as much as I could get and I got tools and, I talked with family and did all this stuff. But then I started my pre-launch, which was about 10 days before September 1st. And you know what it was? The Whisper campaign? I would say, Gianfranco, listen, I'm about to do something. September 1st, nobody knows. I'm going to do the biggest launch that's ever happened with this company. I'm going to put a team together. We're going to smash it for 90 straight days. And when I thought about somebody I would love to run with, I thought about you. And I just wanted you to know before I tell everybody, I wanted you to know that this window of opportunity is open. It's going to close. Once I start the launch, I'm not going to have any time. But if this sounds interesting, if you think you and me, 1 + 1 might add up to 5, then let's sit down and talk. Let's strategize. Let's see if your contacts and my effort might work together. Let's see if our work ethic together might turn into something powerful. And then I go to Andrea and say, hey, guess what? I'm about to do something. I want you to hear about it. Dick, I need you to look at this. Charmaine, sit down. There was one person who was in Sacramento, California. And you know what I did? I lived in Minnesota. I called them. I said, are you gonna be home tomorrow? They said, yeah. What's up? He said, I'm getting on a plane. I'll see you at your house tomorrow. Bye. And I hung up. And I got on an airplane and I flew to their house with money I didn't have, mind you. And I knocked on the door. And they said, what's going on? Sit down. I got to tell you, we're about to do something outrageous. This is just going to be an adventure beyond adventures. I recruited like 12 of my 30 people before I started. They're some of my best ones. These are people I could never have approached prior to this. Just normal recruiting, they wouldn't be a prospect. So my Whisper campaign was outstanding. And I promise you that Whisper campaign, do not miss out on that opportunity because you're going to get some of the best people you could ever get in that Whisper campaign before your launch even starts. And then step 4 is your launch. This is all out massive action, whatever that means for you. For me, that was 16 hours a day. Let me tell you what I would do differently. I would do 6 days a week, not 7. I would take one day and just recharge your voice, your body, and connect with family. 1 day a week. And let the family choose, what that day is going to look like. But the other 6 are all in. I found that the 7 was just a little bit of self-abuse. That wasn't really necessary. You can get it done, I promise you. If you go all in for the 6, you'll be good. Okay? So all out massive action, income producing activity only. There's ways to do that, ways to structure that. Don't have time to get into now, but that 90-day run, more than anything, can change your life. You're going to have to remind yourself regularly that this is a life-changing moment, even when it doesn't feel like it. You cannot look at your results in the short term. And then step 5, the post-launch. What do you do after? When the 90-day run is over, if you're not careful, you lose all the momentum because you'll be exhausted, and then you just let down and everybody else lets down and you lose it all. So I would save you some pain of going through all of this push and then losing it because people have made that mistake. You need to have the next step for what you do with all those people that you've brought in so they know what to do. And you need to have the trick of making it look like you didn't stop your 90-day run when you did. I'll say that again. You need to make it look to the world like you're still running when you're not. Because you can't. Nobody can run at that pace. I mean, 90 days, you're going to separate yourself from everyone, right? You can't do it for forever. You know what I realized? If you work hard like that, you can work 20 to 30 hours a week for the rest of the year and be a legend. Really. If you'll invest it in the 90 and then 20, 30, but you make the 20 or 30 look like 100 to the team so they feel the energy. That makes sense? So there's an art to this. So that's a little bit where most people fail is in preparation. Part of the preparation is getting some skills. Part of the preparation is getting your mindset strong. Part of the preparation is knowing what the heck to say. having some basic scripts, having some tools at your disposal, having some knowledge, having a little bit of skill. If you charge out there without any skill, you're just going to get your face smashed in. You can't just only enthusiasm. You have to, people say you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Yes, you can. You can chase good people away all day long, every day. You got to have some fundamentals in order to be able to maximize this effort. So preparing, getting yourself knowledgeable, skillful, mindset, skill set, strategy, leadership, so you're prepared for the moment. My friend Les Brown loves to say, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than have an opportunity and not be prepared. This 90-day window is an opportunity, but you need to prepare. Okay? Don't charge out there and hope that adrenaline by itself will get you where you need to go. You need to have a little bit of skill in order to be able to make that happen. So it's dangerous to do it wrong. It's great to do it right. And like Pete said, I created this for my $30,000 mastermind. And how many of you, put in the chat, have you ever done a 90-day run? If you have, post what happened. If you ever done one, post what happened in the chat. I'm curious as to what happened. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Pete back. And Pete, why don't you talk about we've got 12 minutes here to try and give as much value as we can. But how many, just from the energy here, you're ready to go? You're ready to do something. It's like, okay, I'm sick and tired of crawling. I'm not going to be the turtle. I'm going to be the rabbit. Be the rabbit for 90 days and then the turtle. Fine. No problem. All right. So Pete, I'm going to throw it back to you, man. And you could tell people where we can go from here.
Yeah. Hey guys. And Brandon, I'm thinking I can also share screen with Eric. I'll bring Eric back up here in a minute. But here's the big thing, everybody. Like the 90-day run, and I'm going to share my screen one more time, and then we're going to take a bunch of questions. We're going to do a bunch of questions that you can ask as well. But Eric said this, and I'm going to play this again really quickly. I paid my way through college because of network marketing. And I didn't know it was a 90-day run, but I did my own little version of it. And I wished I'd have known Eric back then because I would have been able to probably just drop out of college at that time. But Eric's right. The place that people miss it is that spot. They miss it there. And we want to help you be prepared for your 90-day run. One of the biggest mistakes Eric told me that you can make is starting tomorrow without being prepared. Like you've got to go into the arena ready to play the game and be a professional and be prepared and to be able to do this wrong. And so I'm going to tell you what, and you guys can thank me. Y'all don't know me, but you can thank me. Eric only did this insanity boot camp for his mastermind, and it was like 24 hours of content for it. I mean, it was ridiculous how much content he provided. And these are some of the leaders that are here right now what if you could learn the case studies of how they did the 90-day run in their businesses, 3 separate companies. They were part of that teaching. They pay $30K to get that teaching. And I asked Eric, I was like, Eric, you've never made this available to the masses. Could you condense that 24 hours, that 20 few dozen hours, and could you do it in a few hours and create a digital version that people would have lifetime access to be able to understand the 90-day run like you've taught your mastermind? How many of you would love that from Eric? Like, man, give me that. If I could get that done in a few hours and take that into my 90-day run. And so I asked Eric, I said, Eric, I want you to teach the 90-day run, but people ain't got 24 hours. They got a couple hours. I need you to do it quickly. And so today is a historic day because for the first time, we are going to teach the masses of network marketers across the world exactly how to do a 90-day run. We're going to help you understand the 90-day run. And today we release the 90-day run digital course where Eric is going to spend under half an hour on each one of these phases. And he's going to share with you the exact what you need to do in each of these phases. And it's not going to be 4 hours per phase. It's going to be 30 minutes or less per phase. The exact step by step. And I'm so excited about it, Eric, because the 90-day run includes not only the digital course that they're going to have lifetime access to, it includes a one-on-one implementation call where immediately, as soon as you make an investment into this, you're going to get your implementation call. And they're going to help you in this preparation phase of helping you understand how to be prepared to actually implement this and get yourself ready for the 90-day run. And you're going to get the 90-day run daily tracker as well. All of that is included. And a couple of bonuses that we're going to do. Eric has never done this before. We're going to actually record the course live in front of you on February 17th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't worry, if you can't be there, you will get the direct access to it immediately. Immediately. The replay of it. And within 1 week, you're going to get the edited version of this course that you will be able to have lifetime access to it'll take you 2 hours to complete. 2 hours. That's it. And so why do we want you to come to the recording live if you can? Because you're going to be able to have a behind the scenes experience of somebody shooting this course live. And we're going to do that on February 17th. And 2 more bonuses that we're going to give. We're going to give you the live case studies of the top leaders who have done a 90-day run like Eric taught them to do so that you can become the next testimony of the 90-day run. And Eric can highlight you as a case study. How many of you would love to be Eric's next case study? Write the word case study. And I'm 1 minute away from bringing Eric back up here, so don't worry. Some call me the sexy Mexican, so just love me while I'm here a little bit, okay? I'm the one who twisted Eric's arm to say, no, this can't just be for the $30,000 mastermind. This has to be for the masses. And here's the cool thing. Last thing that you're going to get is you're going to get the 90-day run live Q&A next week with Eric. As he's recording every module, after he's done with recording it live in front of you, you're going to be able to ask questions of him of why this and why that and why did you include that? You know how valuable that is? Along with getting the replay and along with getting the edited course. So in 5 minutes, I told you everything. How many of y'all are excited about this? Like excited about this? This value, the value of the 90-day run and everything we're including is over $1,000. It's $1,185. My question to you today, like, what would you invest to get access to all of that? Like, please write that in the chat. Like, Pete, I would, this is what it's worth for me to invest into that because I know what it would do in my business. Write that in the chat. Like, actually write the amount that you would invest.
And let me jump in for a second, Pete. And he's about to shock you in a moment. But before he shocks you, the value has nothing to do with these numbers. If you do a 90-day run properly, what's the value to your career? I mean, I couldn't even measure it. It's impossible to measure. Almost all of my success came from this. I mean, it's a humongous number. So go ahead and shock them, Pete.
Hey, I'm hoping people wrote stuff in the chat. Like, what would you invest for this to be the thing that could really be the launching pad for your career? I hope are there some chats in there, Eric? I'm trying not to pull it up.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, cool. I love it. Well, guys, this is what Eric and Marina, this is who they are. This is what they do. Guys, we want to encourage you Whoops, I went one slide too much. The 90-day run is actually what we're, ah, man, I've lost my thing here.
It's all right.
Right there, guys. Only $27. $27. Charmaine, you should be excited about that. Join90.com, join90.com, $27. This is like might be the lowest that we ever do this for because like are you kidding me for the impact that it will have on you? You get the lifetime course, Rachel, the one-on-one onboarding call. That's what that is. The 90-day run daily tracker for you, the live recording of the course next week, and then the live Q&A with Eric as we're shooting the modules. That's what we're getting. I want to know who's joining 90. Just put join 90 in the chat. YouTube, Facebook, uh, our general admission, we're sorry for some of the technical difficulties. The amount of people that showed up today, Zoom was responsible for those tech issues, and we are going to let Zoom know about it. But we knew this training would literally blow the internet up. So our general admission, our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, as well as our VIPs. I want you to write 90, join 90 in the chat if you are joining this. And immediately after joining, you will be able to book your 20-minute implementation call right away. Right away. So as soon as you join, get on that 20-minute call, and they're going to kind of fire you up and help you understand that you're in the preparation stage. You're in that preparation stage, and they're going to help onboard you to this whole process. And if they feel like you are someone that's like super serious and want to take this serious, they might have you be able to speak with somebody that's good, that is for those people that are serious about saying, I am fully committed to this, but they are going to onboard you immediately. Eric, what do you have to say about this? Like just as we go into our Q&A time today for our VIPs, we're going to take Q&A for about 30 to 45 minutes. But what do you have to say about this new thing that we're launching today?
Here's what I would say. I'd give it away if you treat it serious. But I just learned that you won't. So we came up with a number that was just randomly something. It's literally it's a token. It's just something that says you're a little bit more serious. I just want you in. If you're in and you're going to commit to this and learning it and growing and facing your fear and getting beyond, being stuck. You're sick and tired of living under your potential and you want to finally have the breakthrough that you feel like you deserve. You got unfinished business here, and then we want to help. My love language is contribution. Guess what I want from you? I want your story. I want the story of I did this and I was at this place and now I'm in a completely different place. And I not only did I do this, I can teach other people how to do this. Network marketing is the most amazing profession in the world, and it rewards the development of people, including you. So, look, could I have charged a lot of money for this? Yep. Would it have been worth it? Uh-huh. It sure would have. It's not about that. What it's about is you being serious. This is a token of your seriousness to be able to say, okay, fine, $27. All right, I'm going to explore this. I'm going to figure out what I need to do. I'm going to do it now. I'll tell you what successful people do versus unsuccessful people. Successful people take action quickly. I pay attention to who acts quickly, who makes a decision quickly. Yeah, you know what? I can give you a formula for failure. You want to know what it is? Start tomorrow. That's the best formula I know for failure. Start tomorrow. Be a tomorrow person. Go ahead. Be a tomorrow person. See how it works out. Because tomorrow never comes, folks. We got now. We got to go after this. So those of you who are VIPs, spent the $9, just stay where you're at. We're going to say goodbye to everybody else. Hope that they participate and they're ready for this 90-day run. I'm excited for them in advance. And for VIPs, we're going to have some more conversation and answer some more questions. You can hang out with us as long as we do this, and feel free. If you got to go ahead and go. But I mean, you pay for this, might as well get a little bit more clarity as we move forward. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the future stories. I'm excited for the next person that's on this, that absolutely a year from now, you're a legend inside your company. Everybody knows your name. That's what happened to me. It can happen to you too. So I'm super pumped. So Pete, I'll let you close it all
Yeah,
out.
yeah. So, hey, all general admission, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, hang out. You'll be able to hear the questions and the answers, but you won't be able to ask the questions. However, anybody join90.com next, you get the chance to ask questions next week. Just as a reminder, you get the 90-day digital course lifetime access. You get the one-on-one implementation call that you can book right away. This is somebody that's helping you understand what you need to do in this preparation phase and really and working with you. Some of you, one of the biggest things you can do in that 90-day or in that preparation phase is actually master your skill sets so that as you step into your 90-day run, you are a pro on the field. You aren't an amateur on the field. Like you can tell an amateur on a playing field all day long. The big part of the preparation phase is mastering skills. So make sure you talk to the person on your implementation call around those skills. Eric says there's 6 skills.
And Pete, don't they get a bonus too if they move quick?
Yeah, they get they get the 90-day daily tracker. They get the special bonus recording the course live, and they get everything they're seeing on my screen right now.
No, but then there's another thing.
Uh-oh.
That unstoppable confidence thing.
Yeah, everybody who was here today gets unstoppable confidence as well. And that's for everybody. Just for being here till the end. If you go to join90.com, the free bonus for you being here today is also on that page for you to download. So yeah, I was getting to that. So yeah, guys, that's what's everything that's included right there. Make sure you don't just join 90. We see hundreds of people, and there'll be thousands of people that join this. This will be probably one of the greatest programs that the people across the world have in the network marketing space from Eric and Marina. So make sure you don't just join, book your implementation call right away, get your special bonus. And like I said, we're super excited about this. I'll come back to some of these slides. I think we're going to dive into the Q&A now, Eric.
Yeah, Pete, one more thing I'll just leave for everybody. I saw people put in the comments, I tried a 90-day run before and it fizzled out. I tried it and I wasn't able to complete it. I tried it and put a 1 in the chat, just a number 1 if you've ever tried something like this and you ran out of steam. It's because you didn't have the preparation properly done. This time it's gonna be different. Look at all these ones, because these people heard about it. They heard about a 90-day run. I'm gonna do it. I'm really gonna do it. But they weren't totally prepared. They didn't have the kind of mental strength and total focus in order to be able to complete it. This time's going to be different. Okay. We're going to really help you prepare so you can step into this with more confidence. And it's okay that you tried and it didn't work. It's just not okay if you don't try again.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm excited for you.
Yeah, so we're going to take some questions. Guys, go to join90.com, get signed up, get your implementation call booked. We probably have space for, a few hundred more to get their implementation call booked really quickly. You can get it booked today. Like, you want to move fast, get signed up, block your calendar for Tuesday, and book your call today. Get on an implementation call today. Like, we have space on our onboarding specialists' calendars to really onboard you. But Eric, I asked
some people are saying in the chat, Pete, that they can't get their call schedules. It says it's booked. Today got booked out.
It's booked out. Bro, they've got.
Can they pick tomorrow or something?
Yeah, they can pick tomorrow. They can pick the next day. We only have so many slots per day. So we might be sending Eric and Marina and Pete to do some of these calls. I'm joking, but But this is with one of our onboarding specialists, one of our GoPro onboarding to really get you
Yep.
onboarded. Tomorrow's booked out too. Book mine for Monday. So Eric, I'll navigate the Q&A, Eric. The
Okay.
first question I have, I asked you this. I asked you this, and people are going to ask. I said, Eric, what skill sets are most important for people to master in
Mhm.
order to prepare themselves to make a 90-day run? I'm going to ask the first question, and then I'm going to go find more questions that our VIPs have. I have it pulled up here. But
Okay.
what are the skill sets? And I hope people will write these skill sets down, Eric. What are the skill
Right.
sets to become a pro network marketer?
Well, for the 90-day run specifically, mental toughness. You just need to mentally be tough. Okay. And then it's a focus. You're going to be making sales during the 90-day run, but the real focus is around recruiting. So if you get mentally tough and think about the prospecting cycle, finding prospects, inviting, presenting, following up, closing, launching a new person, and then helping those people do the same, third-party tools, things like that. In the 90-day run, you've got to be prepared, mentally tough, disciplined, and prepared to go all in on the team building aspect of things. But immediately following that, you've got to be good at retention to keep the people you're bringing in. You got to be good at duplication in order to be able to, it not just being about you, other people start to step up. And you need to have at least a basic understanding of leadership. So in order to lead the people that you're bringing in. So presentation skills too also would be very, very helpful. If you learn how to be a great presenter, my friend Leif, hey Leif, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Being a great presenter is actually quite critical. If you can learn how to do a great one-on-one, a great small group presentation, a great Zoom call, a great three-way conversation with somebody else, a great training, that's going to help you so much to be able to just have more conversation with more confidence. So those are kind of the handful of skill sets.
I love that. Hey guys, I want to just recap that. He said sales, recruiting. I mean, obviously mindset, mental toughness. Like you have to
Yeah.
have mental toughness. Like that's the core. That's like below the surface. Like that's the most important in anything.
It's through everything. Yeah.
Then he said sales, write this down. Recruiting. He said duplication and retention. He also said presentation. And as you begin to do those, you also have to become a better leader. You have to become a bit better leader. Like leadership plays a role. When I asked Eric, what are the 6 things that make somebody a professional? If somebody had studied or trained or grown in 6 areas, those are the 6 areas he said make somebody a professional to put them on the field. So I hope you'll write those down. Eric, one of the big questions, hey, I'm gonna bring up some of those with their hands raised. But
Okay.
my ask is we don't need a lot of commentary. We need my question is followed by your question because that way we can answer a lot of VIP's questions. So if I'm going to be the host that will mute you if you get into a rant or a story or any of that because we like to ask a lot of questions. There are a ton of people saying, Eric, in the chat, I have a full-time job.
Mhm.
If
Mhm.
you had a full-time job and you were doing your 90-day run, what would it look like for you? What would you say to the people that have full-time 9 to 5s?
Listen, I have the gift of knowing what this will do. Right at the beginning, I was full time, and I might as well throw myself all in. But I know what this will do. So if I had a job and I had to keep that job in order to be able to pay the bills and take care of the family, I had to, okay, or keep my benefits or whatever it was. I didn't have a choice. What I would do is I would give my employer the minimum required not to get fired. during this 90 days. Give him what he or she paid for, but no more. I would do enough so I would stay employed. And I would take all the other time focused on income producing activity. So what would that look like? If it's 8 hours a day I was giving to my employer, the breaks are mine. I would use those breaks to reach out and talk to people. The lunch is mine. The drive time is mine if I'm commuting to an office. All that stuff's mine. I'm going to make sure I'm maximizing that time. And when I'm done at the end of the day, even though I'm tired, that's half my day is gone in 8 hours. Well, typically I would start, if my job started at 9, I might get up at 7 and I would work for a couple hours before I'd go into work. Every break, lunchtime, break again, drive time. As soon as I get home, I start phase 2. And I would just use all the income producing activity I had. Some people are going to say, well, I'm a single parent and I'm working 3 jobs. First of all, I think single parents are superstars. And if you are, the fact that you're here, I'm proud of you already. But you could do a 90-day run of 1 day a week, 16 hours. Take a Saturday. How many presentations could you do if you did a half an hour for 16 straight hours in a Starbucks in the corner while somebody watched your kids? Every 30 minutes, could you do one? That's 32 presentations you can do on a Saturday. If you did them every 20 minutes, that's 48 presentations you can do on a Saturday. So, no matter what you got, you can figure out a structure to be able to maximize the time, because after 90 days, you're going to start to experience the results. And then you're going to be able to have choices instead of having all these jobs. You're going to be able to have options.
Yeah.
So,
hey guys, there's a lot of technical questions. Eric, I'm going to take 2 or 3 in between and then we'll bring you the more. Hey, one thing a lot of people are saying, guys, we had kind of Eric had a goal target, and I'm going to say this to him because he wanted to take this to the masses at the cheapest price that it could absolutely ever be with the bonuses attached. Nobody else will ever get to see him record this live except for you. And so the deadline is Monday night for everything that we included, because on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, United States time, I don't know what time zone that is other places, but 11 a.m. Eastern, he's recording the course live. Well, Pete, I can't be there at that time. It's okay. We'll send you the recording of what he did to not only record it live, but then take people behind the scenes and answer their questions. So you'll get the recording that day, even if you can't be there live. So the deadline for this pricing and getting to see all of that stuff is Monday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. That's the first thing. The second big question that everybody's asking, I can't book my calls, Eric, because we've already surpassed our goals. So we had the goal number of people and we had calls allotted to that. So we're putting more calls on the books, and there's only so many that
if you refresh that page, you should start to see they opened up some more slots.
They're going to continue to open up slots.
But it's going to be a little nuts. You got to kind of expect it's going to be nuts for a little while.
You don't need your call immediately, but you need your call in the next week to 10 days. So what you need to do is block your calendar on Tuesday. The last big question that everybody's asking, and then I'm going to open it up to some of these hands, Eric, is a lot of people are like, is there anywhere you guys are doing a 90-day run? This is what I'm going to tell you. What we're doing right now is preparing everybody. We're in the preparation stage for the next month to month and a half with everybody who's a part of this to help them master skills. That's what we're doing. If you didn't identify it, you've made a decision. You're here today. Now for the next month and a half, we are actually in the preparation stage for you. And if any of you are like, dude, we want to do a 90-day run with you, our mentorship group, it's a group that we here mentor, that Eric, Marina, and all of our coaches mentor. Our mentorship group is actually starting a 90-day run at the end of April, beginning of May as a collective group. meaning
Mhm.
everybody will go do it individually in their companies. So when you're on your onboarding call, if that's something that you're like, Pete, I want to know about that. Like, I am so serious, I'm so committed. Just talk to our onboarding specialist because some of those will be invited to possibly do something bigger with us and actually master their skills in a deeper way. So Eric, let's take some of these hands off. We're gonna
Great.
popcorn fast. Hey, Christina, you got the first question. I need you to be the leader in saying my question is. Go ahead.
My question is for the preparation, what do you recommend that I do when I go to people at the all-inclusive resort to say, hey, you're the one that is gonna join my business?
Well, what do you mean the all-inclusive resort?
I'm on vacation right now, so to
Oh,
go
I
out
see. I
and
see. I
speak
see.
to people that I don't know.
Yeah, once you flip, you're into prep, right? You're going to be mapping out. Uh, if I'm in prep and I haven't started the pre-launch, the whisper campaign, then I'm going to try and make as many conversations as I can at that resort just to get names and numbers. Just hey, how's it going? What's up with your life? Is it okay if we stay in touch? It's nice to meet you at the breakfast or at the lunch or at the pool or at the bar or whatever it happens to be. Just get contact information, bring value, bring light and joy, and add them to your list. And then when you go into whisper campaign or launch, it's like, hey, I'm getting ready to do this thing, or I'm doing this thing, and I thought about you. We met at the resort, remember? Blah, 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 blah. So remember I told you in the last hour, the real struggle for me is finding enough people to talk to keep all the time that I had busy. So that's part of what you're going to be doing. You're making your list, meeting people, shaking, networking, getting known, knowing people all over the place. Okay. Does that help?
That's
All
good,
right,
Eric.
Christina.
That's good. Hey guys, just as a reminder, like preparation stage is also making sure you know how to have the conversation right in the right place.
Yep.
You're like guys, you the preparation. Eric has drilled this in with me. One of the things Eric said in preparation and pre-launch, write this down. Do you have an actual system where you're tracking everything? Who has a system? Yes, to us, like a really good system where everything is in your follow-up campaigns, your prospects, them going through the stages that Eric talked about. Who has a great system? Yes to system or no to system? Yes system or no system? Like you have to have a system because you can't keep all of this stuff in your brain. That's part of the preparation and the pre-launch as
Some
well.
and some people have a good tracking system, but they don't have a good get themselves to do what they should need to do system. You know what I
Lots,
mean?
lots of no's too.
If,
Lots of
right?
no's. No, I get it. Hey, by the way, just as a reminder, on Tuesday, we'll Eric will shoot the course live for the first few hours. You're going to want to block 3 hours. Eric will shoot the course live for the first few hours, and then I will take you behind the scenes of 3 or 4 case studies who have done exactly what Eric taught you in the course. And I will do a live case study in front of you from very powerful leaders, and you'll get to see what they did in their 90-day run in all 5 stages. So just know how cool
And,
that is. And if you can't be there live, you'll get the recording and you will get that in the course. Chris Ward, my
and
question is.
Pete, no, before you go to Chris, we got to skip over. Chris will come back to you in 1 second. We got my buddy Amartat Cone. Uh, see Amartat? He's
Yep.
like 5 over.
Yep.
Amartat, how you doing, buddy?
Let me get on
We hear
You're
unmute.
you.
there.
1 minute.
No, we hear you.
We can hear
Oh,
you.
okay. I was trying to find the unmuting.
Our
How
Okay.
you
team does
doing?
all of
Hey,
that.
good to see you. I'm got my rotator cuff here done, so I'm
You have
recuperating.
had to, how many 90-day runs have you done in your life?
It's more like a 90-month run.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
But
to answer you specifically, I've done 7.
7.
Uh, and considering the breadth of my organization, that's not much. In 37 years, right? 7
And
runs.
this guy's a legend. You've done 7. Um, I'm gonna try and find a way to ask a question that will stay compliant. But How big is your team?
About 160,000 right now.
Wow.
But
160,000.
but I've
And
only
how
worked
many of
really
those 100?
with 10. I've worked with 10 people basically to do that.
Yep. Out of that 160,000, how many of them were originated or came from one of those 7 90-day runs?
Three.
The three
I mean,
what?
I mean, three of the 10. Three of the 10
Three,
leaders.
three of the 10 superstars came from
Exactly.
that,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But and when was the last one you did?
Oh, you don't want to know. I've just restarted working because I had so many years I was just
My
watching.
man,
You know.
give everybody your age.
Oh, I'm 82.
82 years old, 37 years,
Oh, my hair's a mess.
kicking butt.
Yeah.
He's got what? Yeah, your hair, whatever. At least you have hair.
Yeah.
So
You know, all
did
this.
did you have a question, my friend?
I do. It may not be as relevant to a lot of people because I'm looking at sort of the end after the funnel, right? You
Yes.
you talk to the people, you do whatever you've got to do to get them to your meeting, you present the opportunity to them, and then I'm finding a lot of people today are very much more difficult to break through their barriers, their nose, let's say, their questions, and
Yep.
eventually, even if they sign up, they're really not committed. So how do we break through the psychology of someone who's in front of us after we've done our presentation so that they'll really lock in and work with us?
The 90-day run actually helps this. If you recruit somebody in a more casual season, they treat it way more casual. If it's in a burst, they feel the energy, they feel the FOMO, they feel like it's moving and they're missing out. They feel like, you know, they should do what they can to spend more time with you as a leader. So the growth spurt, the growth phase brings its own urgency. It brings its own kind of momentum and excitement. So it's a combination of that. And then when you're not in one of these super aggressive phases, is trying to always never leave any interaction with somebody without booking the next interaction. You've got to book whatever the next step is. It might be onboarding, it might be trying the product, it might be getting to their first training, it might be scheduling some sort of Zoom, connecting them with some friends. There's a whole process that you want to do to get them. Once you get people into motion, they tend to stay in motion, but you can't, especially at the beginning, somebody signs up. If you don't have the next exposure scheduled, you've lost them.
I love what you said about momentum because when you're in a 90-day plan, that's contagious. So the people you
Yes.
talk to are going to want to get moving quicker than if you're just in a casual moment in your progress.
Yep.
Thank you for that.
Todd, it's great to see you. I'm going to see you next month in Vienna.
Absolutely.
Hey, just as a reminder, the number one thing, Eric, is people are wanting to get their like implementation onboarding calls set up. And guys, there will be just keep refreshing, and we will send out links to everybody that joins. You join 90, I think it's join90.com, right? Join90.com. We'll send out links to people that we see haven't booked their calls. So you don't have to worry about that, but make sure you go take advantage of this crazy offer. Let's go to Chris. Chris, my question is. There we go.
Thank you. My question is about AI automated response systems. I'll be spending a month in India and my business is only in the United States and Canada. I'm concerned about that lag time between getting back to prospects. Any recommendations for any particular systems in our industry?
They're evolving. I think it's early as far as feeling comfortable with full automation, and there's a part of our business that is granular. And what I mean by that, it's real personable. And if people feel connected to the community, they tend to be stickier. So we're a ways away from AI replacing that feeling of like if I sign up with you, I want to connect with you, man. I want to follow up with you. I want to hear from you. It's the difference between me answering this question and some AI answering the question. So yeah, we're there. While you're traveling for business, whatever, it's probably not a good time to be in the middle of a 90-day run, but it's a great time for prep. It's a great time to get yourself mentally and with your skill set and everything else ready to go, get your list all freshened up, get your contacts all ready to go, use technology in order to be able to expand the list and get you ready. So when you do have a 90-day window, you can go all in. Does that make sense? All right, I think we muted him already.
Yeah, I love that. And guys, once again, remember, a lot of people, I'm just hitting technical too, Eric, in between.
Yeah, sure.
Remember, the course is shot live on Tuesday. You get to be a part of a live course shooting. So you won't get the course between now and Tuesday. But on Tuesday, if you can be there live, you'll get to see the course shot live and the case studies shot live in that 3-hour block. If you can't be there, that's okay. We'll get you the replay right away, and we'll get you the edited course within a week. So just want you guys to know all of that stuff will be there. And then a lot of people, I'm looking right now, there's tons of spots available. So they're probably going. I see it still some on the 12th, the 13th, the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, the 19th. We just opened up a lot more. I even see Marina Worre in the chats. She's probably opening up spots with her, She said she would take it to the team. So, hey, Leif, what's your question? Make sure you go to join90.com. The offer as we positioned it and packaged it today shifts, and this doesn't go away on Monday, but bonuses and pricing and a lot of that stuff goes away on Monday. So, Leif. Uh-oh, it's on your side. We unmuted you. We can't hear you, Leif. You are unmuted. Let's unmute him again, and we'll try it one more time. It's on your side. We're going to have to come back to you. Teaming FS. I don't know who that is.
We'll come back.
Yes.
Figure it out on your side.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
Hey, good afternoon. My only question is, I'm come from the traditional IT background, and this whole like a network marketing, is kind of new to me. So I've been in this for about a year and a half. My only struggle is how can I put myself together to act like pick that phone and call people, maybe the prospecting is what I'm trying to get to. Is there anything for like a person coming like a new to this space? How can I put things together for myself to take that action on the first step?
Yeah, the developing some basic skills, some basic scripts is going to be helpful. I'm an introverted person by nature, so this was terrifying. Just so you know, a 90-day run was terrifying. The only thing more terrifying was failing in my life. So, it was a lesser of two pains to just decide I'm going to start talking to people. And frankly, I learned what to say by the second day because I had 100 conversations the first day. And in the 100 conversations, that worked. That didn't work. That worked really great. That didn't work at all. Most of the time, I just needed to dial again and just keep going. So some basic skills. Number one, some people think you need to be like this natural born salesperson in order to be successful in network marketing. It's not true. It's just really not. You have to be, like my friend Sandro that I talked about, he was like a tech guy. He's an architect. And he's getting ready to start his 7th 90-day run. And that was clear in his head. If he could architect something like this and do it with a team, off he goes. He'll be able to smash. You can do the same. You can take your analytical mind and create a framework. And from that framework, you just need to take the action. So we'll help you prepare. We'll help you kind of, get clear in your head of what to do.
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Before we go to the next one, I'll just say, I saw in the comments, somebody said, well, what about social media? Income producing activity you talked about doesn't mention social media. Listen, social media is fine, but it's more preparation phase than actual launch. You're not going to have time. You're going to be talking to hundreds of people a day. You can jump on social media, but and respond to different people to find some people to talk to. But this is not about putting a line in the water, and posting 3-4 times a day. That's what you're going to do in the 9 months when you're getting ready to do the next run. You know what I mean? So don't feel like you have to like master every funnel and have it all figured out. This is about raw energy versus putting stuff out there and hoping that you attract some people. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense.
It does.
So let's go to Clemens.
Clemens, let's go. Clemens, what's your question?
Hi guys, my question is, how can I get as many people as possible in my team fired up for the 90-day run and finish it until the very end by tracking the numbers, staying motivated, and so on?
You can't.
Okay, thanks.
It's true. You just can't. Here's what I would tell you. Can you get everybody in your team to commit to it? Nope. But you can get some. You can get some to commit to it. Can you get everybody to do it for 90 straight days? Nope. But you can get some. And some is huge. Every one that you get to do it with you is a huge win, because it's going to change your life and change your team. Every one of them can drive a whole new line for you just by committing to this. So you're going to give everybody a chance. You're going to create as much community as you can, as much support and camaraderie as you possibly can. You're going to prepare yourself and help them prepare, teach them how to prepare, what to do. And some are going to make it to the end of 90 days. Some are going to make it 60 days. Some are going to make it 30 days. Some are going to make it 10 days. Some are going to make it 7 days. But here's a job as a leader, is to get everybody in the team to do a little bit more than they were going to do. That's it. Mm-hmm. And 90-day run will get people to do a lot more, but the people who don't do a 90-day run will do a little bit more. People who are doing nothing will do something just from your energy. If you're talking to that many people and you're telling all the stories of what's happening every single day, let me tell you what to do on social media during something like this in order to be able to inspire the world. Turn your social media into a documentary of your 90-day run. Just document your 90-day run in front of the whole world. Tell people on social media every single call you made and what happened, every single Zoom. Let them listen to it. Right? Just turn it into a documentary. And 90 days later, you can say, go look at my social media for the last 90 days if you want to see the secret to building an empire in network marketing. Watch what I did. And for those of you that don't have a team, when I had to do it again in 2005, I had zero. But I needed money like oxygen. Okay? You don't have to have a team. You have to make a decision, and you have to prepare, right? Make a decision and prepare and just do it. And at the end of the 90 days, you'll have a team. The size is going to be up to you. It's going to depend on how many people you're going to have a conversation to talk to. Okay? All right, let's go to
All right,
Nicole.
Eric, I'm going to give you a little challenge, but guys, just as a reminder, go to join90.com. And to the gentleman who just spoke, one of our case studies has done a pretty good job with building, having his team get behind him. And I'll ask him some of the questions of what he did of those case studies. All 3 case studies had a little different vibe and flair and did it a little bit different, but followed Eric's framework, and you'll get to learn that. So here's my challenge.
And I'll give you an example. Sandro, who's going to give one. He has, I believe, 50,000 people from his team are going to start the 90-day. They're in preparation right now in February. They're going to do a 90-day run starting March 1st. 50,000 people have formally raised their hand and said, I'm going to do it with you. Okay. So this is his seventh one. So, yeah. So, Nicole, hi.
Hey, Eric, I got a challenge to
Oh,
you.
good.
The next
Go ahead.
20
Go ahead.
minutes, let's try to get 10 to 15 more hands. That's my challenge to Eric.
Okay.
So,
All right. I got to
here we
go.
go.
I got to go faster. He's telling me I got to go
Nicole.
faster.
You guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, my question is, when you experienced rapid growth, how did you structure your onboarding process to ensure the new distributors were properly coached and able to duplicate within their first 90 days?
Here's the truth. I told everybody I had a very simple little getting started training that I did once a week. Okay. And I told everybody, just watch what I do and show up at that training. And that's all the time I have for you. You're just going to have to do the basics from that training during this 90-day run. And if you want to just come sit next to me while I'm doing it and learn, then do that. I'm going to have much more time to like really nurture and hold your hand and do all that stuff later. But now I'm running, so I'm the pilot in the airplane taking off. I don't have time to chat, and I found that everybody's cool with that. They're actually okay with it. And it's part of the reason why you need to recruit so many people so fast. So then you can start onboarding them. In the first 30 days of the 90-day run, which you're going to learn, that's when you're going to do most of your personal recruiting. Okay, and get it over with. And then they're going to start pulling on you. And once they start pulling on you, then you did the next 60 days, then you go to work with them in their teams. See what I mean? So try and get that recruiting part over with.
Let's go to Brittany. Guys, let's go to Brittany. Let's keep it firing, team. Get ready. Brittany.
Hi, Eric. Thank you for this.
Hi.
Good question. So my question is, I'm pretty good at hiring or getting distributors, but I've not been as good as getting more builders. So in this 90-day run, how can I tweak my messaging or do what I got to do to get more builders into my team?
Well, you have a distributor, so you have the people who have the option. Most people who have distributors and don't have builders really have glorified customers. So they join for the product, maybe they join for the discount, but they don't really see the business building aspect of things. If you approach somebody, say, in this 90-day run, we're going to put together a team, Brittany, and we're going to use this energy that we have during this run in order for you to kind of launch your business. So you're getting involved in incredible time. Introduce your people to me. You provide the people. Let me provide the presentation. Let's go to work to see how much of this you can capture. You see what I'm saying? So the energy and the vibe of it and the conversation around it is around network growth, team growth. So one at a time, without a 90-day run, you can see people come in and like, well, I don't really know what to do. I'm not really involved in anything. And it's easy for them to fade.
I love
So let's
that.
keep moving.
Badrudin. If I said that wrong, I apologize.
Good evening, Eric.
Hello.
Great meeting. I've been following you for the last 2 years. Thank you very much. 25 years, 26 years in the network marketing industry. Same company, same commitment. I'm 62, going 63. Initially, my bust was huge. I built up big, and then things slowed down. I could do my minimum. You were there with us in Dubai doing the training. It was awesome. There is before this, I decided to get into network market, the 90-day run. I decided to get into it. And my commitment is I'm not keeping well. I got a huge flu and running nose, but I'm with you. My commitment is with myself to make it
Yes.
happen. I got a team which when I do my minimum, my decent business happens. But I'm not built for that. I'm a fairly good presenter. I'm in demand in my team. I travel across cities, do the trainings, but my personal business has taken a hit. And my team is not committed. Business is going deep down, but my first clients My second lines are not performing at the level what they're supposed to do. I had taken a call to get into the 90 run myself. So the challenge what I given myself, going through your trainings, I've been with you for the last 2 years. Every single day, I eat, sleep, and I breathe like you.
Tell me what your question is, Badruddin. What's your question?
I understand. I understand his question. How do you keep your front
my
lines?
thing is, give me 30 seconds. I'll complete my question in probably 60 seconds. I'm sorry for it. Okay. I had taken a call for the 90-day run. My 90-day plan is doing 1,000 conversations in the next 30 days and continue for the next 90 days totally, and creating 100 presentations. And I have concised my presentations to in a 20-minute presentation. I'm able to close whether somebody is in or out. But the thing is, I'm still in the preparation stage. I'm not yet launched my thing fully. How can I involve my team? So my existing team to involve, they're not as excited or as committed as they had to be. How do I take on to work with my team?
Got it. It's a little tricky, honestly, Bedouin. It's what I found personally is I was able to motivate myself, and sometimes that was enough. Because if I just use a 90-day run to just start new lines, imagine you just use a 90-day run and you just start 20 or 30 new front lines and use that story as an example to inspire your team. And maybe your team comes and does it with you the next time you do one. So you want to invite as many people as possible. You want to run with me? We're going to run. Okay. If you're not going to run with me, no problem. Love you. I'll let you know how my 90-day run goes. So mostly make the commitment that you're going to do this yourself. Give everybody on your team a chance to be able to do it. And don't make them feel too bad if they're not mentally or emotionally prepared to do it. Just create a new story like you've done before. Create a new story that everybody can talk about and everybody can look at. Okay?
I love it. KW, let's go to KW.
90-day run in network marketing. And but at the same time, I host a podcast called Don't Screw Up Your Kids. It's about parenting. And I love the idea you gave about like all of your content on social media being people tracking you through your 90-day run. But if all my content has been about parenting to begin with, does that draw confusion when I now suddenly switch it? Or is it possible to do?
Here's what I would do. What I would do. One is I would pre-do all of the podcasts for the 90-day run, so you don't have to think about it. So they're all done before you even start your 90-day run. And secondly, you go to your community and say, listen, you're normally used to seeing me talk about this other subject, but I'm also involved over here, and this is what gives me the money to be able to do these passion things that I love. So you're going to see another side of me during these 90 days, and I'm going to let you see all these different things, right? And if you find that interesting, and you shoot me a DM and we can talk about doing something together. And if not, no problem. Hope you enjoy watching this crazy train. And I'll be back to the regular content when this 90-day thing is over. And but in the meantime, you want to watch an entrepreneur grow something from nothing, watch me. It's going to be great. And if you want to join me, shoot me a DM. Super simple.
Hey, team, as Eric's winding down, just be ready for the next person. Guadalupe.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hello, my name is Guadalupe, and my question is, because I've been suffering to be a lot afraid to fail when I try to do the marketing. So that's my bigger fear. How do you handle the fear to try to do the marketing? It's most of my personality to have fear. So how do you handle it? That's the first step. I understand everything. But how you handle the fear to fail and try new things?
Yep. Before I answer this question, team, see if you can find Leif, because I evidently he got his audio stuff fixed. Would like to get him back. But how do you deal with failure? Here's the way I approached it. As an introverted person, as a person who it's not my natural nature to just go out there aggressive. I viewed every single conversation, every single experience during the 90-day run as it was impossible for me to fail. Literally impossible. Because either in every experience, I was going to learn something or I was going to win. You couldn't beat me. You couldn't reject me, because if you gave me negative feedback, it was just going to help me be better for the next presentation I was going to do. And then 15 minutes from now. So I was unbeatable. Either I win or I learn. And I stopped treating myself so seriously. Like here's what I promise you. Do 30 presentations in one day. If you do one presentation a day for the next 30 days, you're going to be afraid of rejection every single day. But if you do 30 in one day, by the 30th presentation, you will not give a rat's. You will not care. Whatever. Say yes, say no, doesn't matter. You won't have long presentations. You won't be worried about all this stuff. You just need to make up in volume, that will overcome this stuff. So you can kind of step into, like, look, what I found out once I started doing this with velocity instead of these long presentations, they were short. Hey, I got a great product. I got a great company. I'm in the middle of a launch. I'm looking for great people. If it checks out, are you in or you out? I think there's big money available here. Are you in or you out? Just generally. Tell me right now, this second. Are you generally leaning forward or leaning back? Are you interested or curious, or are you cynical and you're not interested? If you're leaning forward, all right, let's assume we're going to do this. I'll help you get all your questions answered, but let's talk about what can we do together. How long did that take? A minute? Tino sits down with me at the coffee shop. Tino, I've been waiting to meet with you. I'm excited because guess what? I'm getting ready to kick some ass with this next 90 days. And I've been thinking about who could I run with that would be as good as you. And I can't think of anybody to be as good as you. You and me together, we can smash this. I got this amazing product. I got incredible opportunity, great company, awesome support. And guess what? We can own the market. You and me. We can own it all. Between your influence, your leadership, my leadership, your contacts, my contacts, we lock arms. We're going to just smash this. We'll break every record there is. So are you in or you out? Just based upon what you heard in the last 2 minutes. I'll get your questions answered, I promise. But it's not, first thing I want to tell you is about our products. And the second thing I want to tell you is, about our company. They're just amazing people. I just really, really love the people. And the culture is just lovely. Yawn. Who cares? Who cares? What Tino wants to know is, can I make some money? Can I make some money? And can I feel good about this? Can we get it done quick? Because I'd like to be able to have some money faster than slower. That was how I operated. And that's, once you do 100 of these presentations, which you're going to do in like 5 days, you'll be at that type of an energy level. Not this slow and steady turtle thing that you've been doing. So did we find Leif? Is he here?
Yeah, and we'll see if we bring him up, guys. Just as a reminder, we're gonna do Q&A for about 15, 20 more minutes. Here's where you want to go, join90.com. Eric, we got like 70% of people who've booked their calls. I'm looking at the numbers right now. So we're continuing to add more. If you haven't booked your call, book your call. That's everything that's included. And then like I mentioned, book it right away. And I said this, here you go. Eric's going to be recording the course live on February 17th at 11 a.m. Eastern. He'll go for a few, 2.5 hours, and then I will do the case studies right after that with 3 people. So you're going to want to block 3 to 3.5 hours on your calendar. And if you can't be there the whole time, that's okay. Remember, we're turning all of that into a course. So you get the live
You can just
version.
be there. You can be the live studio audience while we do it.
You can, or you can be replay right away, or the course within a week. So is Leif up, guys? Do we find him? All right.
There he is.
Still not corrected.
We still can't hear you, bro.
And it's still unmute him, guys. One more time. Let's try him one more time. I'm going to give him. Can't hear him. Sorry.
Oh, man.
Susan, let's go to Susan. What's your question?
Put it in the chat, Lee.
Okay.
Put it in the chat so I can see it. Hi, Susan.
Hi. Can you, I'm on the wrong screen.
You're good. You're good.
But, okay. All right. I had another question, but I'm going to go to a different question. I don't have a team. So, I mean, my focus is getting my, preferred members or retail customers right now. So, I mean, isn't that kind of a big jump for me to try to get people on this 90-day run when I don't even have a team? Or
you don't need to get people on a 90-day run. You just need to do it.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, so I need to just focus on my.
You just do it. Yeah,
okay.
You just do it, and we'll bring some people in, and down the road they can decide to do one on their own. But at the beginning, use it to be able to create a team, in addition to your retail sales. All right, let's go to
Coach Fozzie.
Can you hear me?
Yep,
Hi.
we can.
Hi. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I'm part of your GoPro. I'm doing this training. It's really amazing. So my question is, I am good getting people to my website. They register. Most people register like 5 to 10 people a day. But the problem I have is with follow-up. So I follow up once, and the second time I feel like, oh my goodness, if I follow up, it will be like pressure. I don't want to put pressure on them. That's my problem. So the question I have is, are we going to have a preparation, the 90-day run, the follow up, how to follow up, how many times to follow up, and how do you follow up?
Let me tell you how I followed up. At the beginning, I had a list of about 300 people to start. And I talked to as many of those first 300 as I possibly could on day one. And day two, I talked to the rest of them that I didn't talk to on day one. And day three, guess what I did? I started going back to people that I talked to already once. And I was following up like, hey, I know you said you weren't interested, but let me tell you what's happened just in the last 48 hours. You're not going to believe this. 22 people have signed up, or 14 people have signed up. There's so much stuff's happening. I follow up around the product, or there was some people I called every day for 30 days and just say, hey, I just want to give you a quick 5-minute update of what's happened in the last 24 hours. So I got very bold. From being very shy, I became very bold. And I just called everybody constantly, just unstoppable, until I found more people to talk to. And guess where I found more people to talk to? I'd find somebody like you who joined my team, and you had 300 people that I could talk to. And then they signed 5 people, and they each had 300 people that I could talk to. So 5, that's 1,500 plus your 300. Now that's 1,800 people I could call and say, you told me to call. I could do it. Did it piss people off? No. I found a way to do it and laugh about it. It wasn't crazy. It was, I needed to move heaven and earth to get Heath to join my team so I could get to his 300 people, to get Amber to join my team so I can get to her 300 people. If I get 10 people to join, now I've got 3,000 people to talk to. You see what I'm saying? If I got 20 people in the team total, 10 first line and 20 people total on the team, I've got 6,000 people, assuming they each have 300. 6,000 people I can talk to. When I'm on fire with this type of momentum, everybody's willing to sit down with me and help me make some calls. No problem. So Amber, my buddy Amber Glaze, how you doing, sister?
Hi, Eric.
Hi.
My question is, and I've missed you.
First of all,
So
I
happy to
miss
be
you.
back.
I miss your face.
Same, I miss you too. I feel so happy being back in this space, surrounded by so many amazing people. My question is, how do you keep your like social battery full? Because I'll take the massive action and I'll talk to a bajillion people and I'll do the thing and I'll hit a massive goal, but then I feel like I am sucked dry.
I was bone dry at the end of every day. But what I realized is I'm very, very good at avoiding things that I should be doing. And part of that is telling myself that I'm tired. And it's just avoidance behavior. So I locked in and said, I'm going to do this for 90 days. And I'm not going to look right or left, up or down. I'm putting the blinders on. I am not stopping, no matter how many people I have on my team. I'm not stopping at day 89. I'm not stopping at day 45. When I have enough, I have enough. I've got 15 people front line. I don't need to do anymore. No, I'm not stopping until I go through 90 days. I'm doing this. Okay. That's what I needed to do to make it happen. I had some accountability that helped me, that other people were doing it, and I didn't want them to think less of me that I quit when they kept going. So I just locked in. And if you lock in, all these distractions will go away. Until you lock in, everything's going to get in the way. It's going to be impossible. So, Tino, how about you?
All right, guys, let's unmute Tino.
We'll get it. It's coming.
Team, are we getting Tino? Oh, there we go.
Oh, we're going to Heath. We'll come back to you, Tino.
Awesome. Eric, Worre, appreciate you so much. Here's my question. As far as prospecting in 2026, would you still say one of the best strategies is just going old school, building a large list of 200, 300 people, reaching out to them, voice, like phone calls, text, whatever it is, coffee, versus, and like having that one-on-one connection versus trying to market through AI or social media content and all that?
For sure. All business is conversation. All business is conversation. All the stuff that's old is new again. Just trust me on this. If you build conversation, if I put out some ad and you come join my campaign, you're going to have one response. If I call you up and say, Heath, we can smash, let's go after this. Let's do something big. You tired of crawling? I'm tired of crawling. Let's become known. Let's do something. Let's build a community. Let's create a movement, you and me. Let's go make that happen. That's different, man. It's just different. So different than being on some list or something. So build a community. I mean, it's like you're recruiting a team. And what I mean by that, think about a sports team. You're recruiting a group of people with a goal and a purpose to do something outrageous and special and incredible. Is there a place for AI and social and tech and tools and all that stuff as we move down the road? Yeah, there's a place for that. It's not in the run, though. It's between the runs. That's when you use all that stuff, So prepare now, do the run, granular, one by one to be able to really go after it. So Pete.
Hey, team, let's give Leaf one more try. If he doesn't, you're going to have to type it, Leaf. This is our last try for you here.
Type it in, bro.
If
not, there he is. Try it one more time.
Leaf, it's on your
still not
side,
working,
man.
bro.
It's not,
Hey,
it's on your side.
brother, just shoot me a DM on Instagram. Leaf, just shoot me a DM and we'll just connect there, okay? You and me.
Hey guys, lots of questions coming. We're going to take 3 more questions, and we got lots of questions next week that we'll be answering as well. So Eric, let's go with Coach Rod. Let's popcorn three questions quickly here.
Hey, Coach.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm great. You?
Good. My question is, if you don't have great presentation material, do you just go by off your hunger and knowledge of what you know about your business, or did you always have great material?
I think you can start with what is your vision and what's the basic story of what the company offers and what the opportunity looks like, right? So have that base presentation. And once you do 20 of them, you'll see what's working and what's not, what you can modify, what you can shorten down, and what's not necessary. Maybe you need more stories, or maybe you need some sort of third-party thing to be able to point to in order to be able to keep it moving. But just find something in preparation. It'll be great. Learning how to be a decent presenter, and then starting with a base. I'd like to, if I had like a little flip book or something, I'd have something to be able to show somebody. But then, like, I don't need that page anymore, or I need to add to this page, or I need to add this story over here. At the end of day, if you use this concept that I talk about called plan, do, review, you're going to make a plan for the day. You're going to go do 20 presentations or whatever it is, and then you're going to review the results, and you make a better plan for tomorrow. And, within 5 days, you're going to have that thing so polished up, so solid. You can do 90 days of normal stuff, and in 3 days of a 90-day run, you can get that presentation just sharp as a tack, working. So, yeah.
Let's go with there we go.
Tealine, yeah.
Tealine.
Hello guys. Hello, Eric. So I have a problem. I hate to make presentations. I got a team. We are going well, but I never go to make some presentation. All my team is like people came to me like, oh, cool, you're doing good. I want to join you. But when I make an appointment and I should call someone to make some presentation, I'm like, God, oh, please don't answer me, please. I swear, I don't know.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I'm the same.
They are, yeah, hello. Oh, God, shit. They answered me. But if I make a presentation, they are in. But I hate making presentations.
I understand. But how big is your team right now?
Okay. Another problem, because I'm doing presentation, we are going well, we are going about 100 people. Then I'm not doing any presentation anymore. I'm tired, I'm quitting, and I'm going down.
Right. So what if you have 100 people without doing presentations, just with your charisma? What would happen if you did? What would happen if you showed people how to face your fears and do the thing that's uncomfortable? What would happen if you led by example and got outside of your comfort zone? What would happen if all of a sudden you said, if you do a presentation, people are joining? What if you did 1,000 presentations in 90 days and you brought in, 500 of them? And what if they were better at presentations than you were? What if you only did one of these 90-day runs every couple years? You could completely change your life and your business. Completely. So for things to change, you've got to change. For things to get better, you got to get better. I didn't like recruiting. How am I going to build hundreds of thousands of people on my team all over the world if I don't like recruiting? There's this lie that's being told around the world. And the lie is, if you want to be successful in life, only do what you love. Because if you only do what you love, you never work a day in your life. What a bunch of nonsense that is. We got the Olympics happening right now. Do you think all those athletes only do what they love? When they're training, when nobody's watching, when they're not getting paid, most of them are in sports that will never pay them. Do you think they only do what they love? No. They do it for the love of the game, ultimately, but they do uncomfortable things in order to be able to have that moment. I watched that Norwegian skier. Do you see that Norwegian skier going uphill, cross-country skiing, 6-minute mile? He was running faster than I could run down the street going uphill on skis. The guy's a beast. Do you think him training in the little barn behind his house, he's loving that all the time when nobody's watching? No way. But the dream of being there and getting the gold medal was enough for him to do the painful thing. That's what this is all about. You've already got charisma, young lady. It's just a matter of, are you willing to do an uncomfortable thing and show people what's possible by doing that? So.
Love it. Last one here. Last question.
All right.
Hi, Eric. Very nice to meet you.
My man.
I've two short questions. The first one is, on one hand, you want to create a culture that everyone is growing fast, like getting the fast star bonus, etc. But the other hand, the people who don't go fast, don't want to give them a feeling of being a loser or something, or not being very good. And the second question is the right balance between calling or using text or WhatsApp, for example, for recruiting. Because for me, it's easy to go on the phone call and call hundreds of people, but a lot of people that I know are very uncomfortable with these kinds of things. So those two are my questions.
The first thing is you want to give everybody an opportunity, but at the same time, love people for where they are. And our job as leaders is just get people to do more than they were going to do. Just more, or faster, whatever. They're going to get to a rank anyway. Help get there a little bit faster. Okay. Somebody was charged twice on their card, $27. Who can you contact? Just contact support@networkmarketingpro.com. They'll take care of you. Support@networkmarketingpro.com. They'll take care of you. We're not trying to get your extra $27, promise. The other, I'm trying to remember the second part of the question. Calling versus texting. We live in a world that if you call before texting, it's rude. Just is. You just need to, for the most part, you need to text first and say, hey, do you have a minute? Do you have a second? You can't just call straight cold. Just generally, I wouldn't today. And I learned to be comfortable with the phone, but with text messages, it's great to be able to just say, hey, Martha, do you have a second? Can I call you real quick? She says, sure. Okay, boom, call. Now they're going to answer. They're not going to screen. They're not going to, all that stuff. So for me, what I would do and what I would teach is text first and then try and pivot to a call, or DM in whatever form or fashion, then try and pivot to a call. So Pete.
Yeah, I love it. Hey guys, I'm going to answer Ramezi's question. You're in GoPro certification and mentorship. Congratulations. We've got a lot of people in GoPro mentorship. Hey, if you're in certification or mentorship, just put that in the chat. I'm curious. Do I need the program? I would tell you just get it so you can go through the process. Like the experience of watching Eric on Tuesday is going to be a really cool experience. And I'm going to be leading the charge. I'm like the...
Oh, and Pete, but one thing you don't know, because we had a certification Zoom about an hour and a half ago, for the people in certification. If you're in certification, we're gifting you this $27 program.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. So you'll already have it. So don't worry about it. And if you're already paid, we'll take care of you. Don't stress about that either.
And certification mentorship, the thing I want to tell you guys, because there's lots of you here and I'm seeing it, the next month or two is going to be preparation phase to get you ready. And we're going to collectively as a group within mentorship do a 90-day run where we give some support mechanism throughout the course of that and celebrate the people. We're going to celebrate it with leaderboards and who's winning. And we're going to be giving some nuggets and some wisdom and some mindset training throughout that time. And we're gonna start that late April, early May, because there's a lot of preparation the next 2 months. You've got this, and then you'll be getting certified as a sales and recruiting certification in the month of March, which is beautiful. So anybody that's interested around that, you can just talk to your onboarding call. But this is what I want to say. We're going to wind down today. Block your calendars if you can be here Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a historic day because we have launched the 90-day run digital course to the masses, not just to the $30,000 mastermind. But I got to tell you, these three people, they would pay 30 over and over and over and over again just from the training they got around the 90-day run, everybody. And they're going to be three of our case studies. And so you've got the opportunity today to get not only the digital course, not only the one-on-one implementation call. This is not a coaching call, and it's not with Eric. So make sure you soundbite that. Eric's not doing thousands of calls. This is with one of our pro implementation folks to make sure that you implement and get started in the preparation phase. Look at yourself in the preparation phase, because if we get that right, the 90-day run will be right. So make sure you take advantage of that. We're giving the live recording of the course. You can mark that on your calendar. This goes away on Monday night, guys. But I'd have you take advantage right now so you can get your call. We've got the case studies, everything right there. Stupid, stupid price of $27. So I hope that you guys will join 90.com. If you and remember, if you're here and you just the bonus that we promised and you stayed till the end, that's also at join90.com. We will if you've got your calls booked, great. We'll be emailing you the details of onboarding you. Once again, sorry for the technical difficulties. We have confirmed that there were Zoom issues and lots of people coming, more people that, a little bit abnormal, but we are glad that you're here. And Eric, any final words that you have for everybody?
Here's all I'm going to say. I'm proud of you in advance. Those of you that are here, you took the extra little step and got a VIP instead of a normal thing. You didn't cheap out on yourself. I'm proud of you for just exploring this. And I know the majority of you are nervous about doing this. You're nervous, and that's okay. Okay? It's okay to be nervous. It's just not okay to keep playing small when you're meant to do big things. Okay? Just know we'll guide you through the process. Okay? You can do this for real. And I'm proud of you. Not only for being involved in network marketing, but deciding I want to do something. I want to do something big. So I can't wait to hear your story. It's going to be very, very exciting. So proud of you all.
Eric, thanks for a great day. And you and I will be together for almost half a day on Tuesday together. So I hope that you guys join. And yeah, we will see a lot of you on Tuesday.
Take care, everybody.